Hey, everybody, this is Chris Childers. It has been a great semester. It's been a pleasure to be in class with all of you. This is my final project about the paper that we just turned in not too long ago. And I thought this class was really fascinating. But during the reading process, there was one thing that really kind of popped out to me, and it was about the news finds me phenomena. I find that it is something that is becoming more relevant each and every single day. You see it with your friends and your family, and how they're not necessarily seeking news anymore. They are getting on social media, getting on Facebook, getting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and the news is finding them. What's interesting about it is that group of people that is a news find me crowd tends to think they're well informed when in reality they're not. So, this project was all about looking at a situation that I think is incredibly important. If you look at some of these graphs that I'm putting up here, the news find me phenomenon, really just using social media in general as a news source, has grown significantly. As we've seen Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, these social media platforms have become, really in a sense addictive to a lot of people and a part of their everyday lives. And as a result, when they get on there, look at Facebook, look at pictures of their friends and family, they're getting exposed to news. And a lot of times we're finding now that exposure to news is having an impact on their political views and who they vote for. So the entire point of this is to see if the news find me phenomena is having an impact on the political landscape in America. If you are a news find me person, are you more prone to vote for a specific political party over the other political party? Also, if you're a news find me person as opposed to an active news seeker, are you more prone then to vote for a specific candidate? So that's the goal here. Is the news find me phenomena having an impact on the electoral process and the political landscape in America? Now, as I was doing the literature review, I found a lot of research that was out there that suggested that more and more people are getting their news from social media, whether it's Facebook or TikTok. And really, we're seeing it more and more with younger audiences. Now, the fear is that if we have an exposure, a bigger exposure, and a larger percentage of news find me people in the world, especially with younger audiences, it's going to have a direct impact and threat on democracy. You're going to see people less politically engaged. You're going to see people more with a lack of trust in the democratic process with elections. We saw that with January 6th in 2020. I mean, you can look at that day and say that is a great example of what we're talking about news finds me. There are algorithms out there that will cater to a specific person's beliefs and their mindset, right? They're gonna cater to, well, this is what they like to engage with. This is what is going to get them to spend more time on the website so they can be peppered with ads. So in return, Facebook and these companies can make money. So as a result, the algorithm is designed to keep people engaged. Well, a lot of times they'll be engaging with misinformation, with fake information. As a result, that can have an impact on democratic societies for a variety of reasons. A, you're certainly going to, provide bad information about elections and stuff like that. But B, you're going to have a society that is rooted in misinformation and not in fact. And that's the worry here. If you don't have a society that is, voting based on true fact of what is happening in and around their communities, in their states, and in their countries, then you have a clear threat to democracy. Also, in a news find me society, if in fact we find higher percentages of people that are news find me actively participating and not necessarily active news seekers, I think what you're going to see then in an effect is they can be easily manipulated. In foreign countries like China and Russia, we've seen reports about this at the highest level of government. This has happened. There has been election interference. There has been the Russians and the Chinese and all kinds of American adversaries that want to continue to sow distrust in the United States to make them look weaker, and certainly to be able to push their political agendas in their own country. So A lot of that is going on right now, and that is the worry with the News Find Me society. So, I wanted to conduct a study where we took 300 people, we split them up into subsets. We had 150 people that were News Find Me. We had 150 people that were active news seekers. Every one of them was active on social media. So they had Facebook and Instagram and the whole deal. And we gave them a thorough survey. You know, we're going to give them a thorough survey that essentially finds out why they spend time on social media, what they interact with, what their political beliefs are, specifically what their beliefs are on Donald Trump as a presidential candidate and how social media has impacted that. So, a variety of different things. We're going to take a quantitative approach and look for certain trends that present itself during with the data that comes up in the survey of the 150 people on one side and the 150 people on the other side. Also, though, qualitative methods will be used because we'll use some open-ended interview questions during the survey process so people really have a chance to explain how they're feeling about certain things, either, you know, distrust in legacy media or why they get their news from Facebook, who they trust on social media to give them news, etc. So a lot of things we kind of want to give some more detail on where we can combine some qualitative method with some quantitative method work there to really get a sense of what's going on. But I find this to be very important. I think, and it's not a knock on, you know, any party or, you know, any presidential candidate, but it's to see why things are happening, why American political society has changed. I think it's obvious that it has. So that is the goal, and it's to see if social media has played a role and what is going on in our election process. And if it has, do these social media companies, should they be held responsible in any way, shape, or form? So that is the whole point of this. Again, my name is Chris Childers. Roll Tide, everybody. And again, hope you guys had a great semester and happy holidays to all.